Hey everybody out there, Chris here, and welcome to another Dark Avengers comic book review. Just a couple of days late. We're shooting this on Wednesday. It'll be up by Thursday. It's been one hell of a week, guys. Pretty busy, very busy. A lot of sub work, a lot of work, period. So I haven't exactly had the time to read every single one of the comic books in depth enough the past weekend due to the fact that we were doing a lot on Saturday. And then normally I'd have it done by Sunday, but something came up on Sunday, and then I've just been subbing all week long. So I finished reading the books on Monday night, but then Tuesday night, and now it's Wednesday night. I was out cold last night, so we're going to do this a little late, but it's better late than never. Before we get into the books that were released April 18, 2012, I almost said 11. So used to saying 11. I don't know why. We're already, what, almost 6 months into 12? No, we're almost 5 months into 12. We're in April. Before we get into that, I want to get into one book that came out 2 weeks ago, and that's April 11, 2012, and that's The Secret Service, #1. Written by Mark Miller and drawn by Dave Gibson. Mark Miller is known for a lot of his work, Kick-Ass, etc. And Dave Gibson is, is well known for his artwork in Watchmen and many other books. The only reason why I say Watchmen is because I just finished reading Watchmen not too long ago, the trade paperback. This story is gold. It's about, in the beginning of the book, it's about a Secret Service agent. He's like a spy, like kind of like an Agent 007 kind of thing, trying to save Mark Hamill. Somebody's kidnapping all the movie stars from way back in the day, like Star Wars, Star Trek, and everything like that. Unfortunately, that doesn't go too well. And it's of course a British secret agent organization. Go figure. A spy organization. Let's say no, it is a spy organization. So one of the agents. This is spoilers, remember, guys. Dies in the beginning of the book. Then you get another story where it's this kid who defies the law and everything, and then you get into another secret agent who's one place, and then he's another, and it turns out the boy that's been causing the trouble is his sister's son. The sister, who is the boy's mother, is very protective of him, or at least wants to keep babying him so this way he doesn't grow up and want to be on his own. He has this pass that allows for his nephew to get out of jail free card because he's like a spy or a secret agent, so he has a special card. He says he doesn't want to do it at first. Then the sister says, "That's typical of you." He looks at the kid, says, "Last time," and then at the end of the book, he's talking to somebody on the phone, and he's talking about the spy school, he calls it, and he's asking for somebody to do him a favor. I'm guessing he's going to enlist his nephew into the spy organization, and that's where the two of them are going to be. I like the book. It's very good. The artwork is brilliant. Dave Gibson's awesome. There you go. If you want a little bit of a bio, Mike, you can look at the words, please. You can pause the video and read the little bio here if you want more into it. And that's that. So you could have paused the video, then you can pause the video and go back, or go back and pause it, and you can read the entire bio. I'm not really good, awesome. Gonna come back for Secret Service #2. Really awesome. Okay, we're going to Dark Horse for 2 comics: Star Wars, Dawn of the Jedi, Force Storm #3. The Jedi's versus the Sith, or this is the beginning of everything. So really, there's no like name for the opposite end of the Force. A lot of fighting goes on in the book. Also, the Sith, I'm calling him the Sith, I don't care. He gets away briefly, but the Force has brought all 3 of these people together for a reason. They just don't know why yet. And then towards the end of the book, you see the darkness like cause this the Sith Jedi to kind of collapse, and there's somebody who's looking for power from the Force, and it's this guy, and that's where they leave you off. Artwork is beautiful, story's awesome. Can't wait for the next issue. 2 more to go. Next week, well, the next episode, which for me, I'll be getting these comics in 2 days. Death of Boba Fett. I bought that. I'm looking forward to reading that. And that's it for Star Wars. I would highly recommend checking out for Dawn of the Jedi, because it's the beginning where the Jedi's first came about. If you're a Star Wars fan. If you're not a Star Wars fan, you won't be reading this. A lot of my independent books, either you're a fan of it or you're not. So if you're a fan of it, you'll be reading it. If you're not, you won't. Like this one, BPRD Hell on Earth, The Long Death, number 3 of 3. The cover says it all. It's the Yeti versus the person that the BPRD, or demon, that the BPRD was there to stop and kill. Long fight, and you think one side has killed the other, and then in the end, turns out the other way around. In the end, though, Johan says our mission's done, and they all leave, and that's the end of the book. I don't want to give too many spoilers away, but this book was awesome. I'm probably gonna wait. Here's some nice. I know there's a lot of blood, but I'm sure you guys are mature and smart enough not to show your kids everything. So the cover says it all anyway, sort of, but it's a really good book. I'll probably wait for an omnibus or something. I might get Hellboy at some point in omnibus form. It depends. I would like to also get, I heard the Avengers omnibus just came out not too long ago, so I might actually look into that, but that's going off topic. BPRD Hell on Earth, The Long Death, 3 parts, awesome. I don't know if they're going to release a small book on just these 3, or if they're going to release a bigger book with a lot of these series mixed together, but this was really good. I probably will abstain from buying any more BPRD. Wait till November when Hell on Earth actually happens, and everybody's going to get involved there, and we'll see where that goes from there. Image Comics now. Manhattan Projects, number 2. It just keeps getting better and better. We're in World War II still, and in the beginning of this book you see Hitler talking to one of his higher up scientists, and he wants them to build like an atomic bomb or something. You get to see more of Albert Einstein in this book, and you meet a newer character, a newer scientist, and basically what happens is they beat the Germans, but basically they want the Manhattan Project to go into Germany and get the scientists to enlist with them, because then they'll have greater scientific heads. Except something happens in the end, and there's only one left, and that's the crazy guy at the end. There's a long talk between him and let's see if I can get his name, because I'm probably not, but I like Albert Einstein in this book. Really awesome. Hold on. Richard something, his name. His first name is Richard. I just don't know what his last name is. Yeah, no, they don't say. Let me see if they say it towards the middle. Oh no, his name, they just call him Richard. I love how they show all the scientists in this one. This is when they were debating whether to go into Germany to get the scientists or not, and actually Richard goes in. And it's basically left off with the science is all that ever matters to the German guy. So I don't know if he's going to join that. You don't know if he's going to join or not. Next book looks awesome. There's the cover for it. I don't know if it's going to be in the same color or not, but I'm enjoying Manhattan Projects. It's tales of what happened in the past historical events, only with a little bit of a twist, and if things went wrong. I would say check it out. Really good. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying a lot more independence than at least one of the big 2. Transformers More Than Meets the Eye, number 4. There is a disease that's mentioned in this book. I really like this book this time. Turns out there's a broadcast from one of the doctors that they've all been, not a broadcast, like a log, so to speak, or something, and then it stopped, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it comes back again, and they actually go to the medical facility to find out. By the way, you'll be seeing this next week also. No comment why yet. You guys will hear it later. And when they go to the facility, they see this gigantic red X, and they don't know why. Usually that means plague, so that usually means to stay out. They go in anyway, while somewhere else, let me get their names right this time. I know it was Rodimus and Ultra Magnus, but Tailgate. Rodimus and Ultra Magnus have a discussion with Tailgate about the Autobots and the Decepticons, and they basically give him a rundown of history thanks to Rewind, and he gives him both of the icons that he could put on himself if he wants at the end. In the end, though, after watching the whole history, guess which side he realized was the right side. So then he goes back to Cyclonus, who actually he had lied to him, and he gets his butt kicked by Cyclonus. So at some point, I have a feeling he's going to get in trouble. Back where the others are, the disease starts to really take over the crew the people that went there. Decepticons who don't know the war's over yet break in, and another Autobot wakes up, and his name is Fortress Maximus. Huge Transformer, huge Autobot. To be continued. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. So yeah, the Plague is going to probably be taking over more of the book next time, because here's the next cover. I don't know why, but More Than Meets the Eye is just... Every issue, I feel like there's something new going on. And yes, there's conflict like in Robots in Disguise. But More Than Meets the Eye is just... It has its moments that you read the book and you're like, wow, this is really, really awesome. Robots in Disguise has its picky and choosy moments where it's like, okay, this was good. Okay, that was good. No, this whole book was good, though. More Than Meets the Eyes is just doing a spectacular job. I don't know if it's because of the characters or because of the storytelling, and I'm sure there are a few people out there that could that actually are going to say different, that Robots in Disguise is doing them better than More Than Meets the Eyes. But in my eyes, I'm enjoying More Than Meets the Eyes a lot more than Robots in Disguise. Now, I am enjoying Robots in Disguise also. It's just More Than Meets the Eyes. I'm enjoying it more. It's gripping me more. It's more captivating. There's more stuff going on. It's not about like running Cybertron. It's about they're out in space looking for the old Cybertronians, while at the same time all this other stuff's going on. You know, it's awesome. I like this book. And this is cover B, by the way. I'm getting a lot of cover Bs. I'm really not too into the cover As, unless they look really awesome, excuse me. Micro series, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Leonardo, number 4. A lot of people have been saying, I think this is the end. Wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. A lot of people thought that it was just going to be the 4 turtles. Let me reassure you guys, the series is not over with Leonardo. And before we get into the actual book, I'll show you why it's not over with Leonardo, because there's still one more one-shot to go. Splinter. That's right. They're doing Splinter now. I don't know if he's the last either. They can go on to the other side. It could go into Shredder. It could go into anything. So what happens in this book? First of all, I'm not a huge fan of this artwork. It's okay. I'm not going to say it's bad, because it's not bad. It takes place right after the last issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 8, where all the turtles are going out to find Splinter, except Leo gets confronted by the Foot. That's what's happening in the micro series. In the micro series, it's more focused on the Foot and Shredder. He gets into a huge fight with the Foot. That's basically literally the whole book is the fight between Leo and the Foot. He comes face to face with Shredder, and you know it's Shredder because of the eye. Shredder makes easy work of Leo, and you go back to, they're back at the their house. Nobody found Splinter yet, and Leo's telling them what's going on out there, and they're like, we're never losing another family member again, and we're going to find Splinter, and we're going to bring him back to us. And that's where they leave you off with this series. However, once again, it's not over yet. Then there's some concept art in the back pages, because it's going to go into Splinter next. And I'm looking forward to Splinter's book. I like this. I love this micro series, whatever you want to call it. It's really fun. It's a really enjoyable read. It's taking place parallel to what's going on in the main series, while at the same time crossing over a bit, because this takes place right after number 8. I got number 9. It's coming out. It was supposed to come out 2 weeks from now. I got the variant edition for a couple of bucks more because I didn't want to wait the extra week. I will not do that again, guys. So if IDW is going to start doing that, where they release the variant covers a week ahead of the regular, the Ninja Turtles comics are just going to have to wait till the following week. I probably will buy the regular cover also for the Ninja Turtles in 2 weeks, but I highly doubt it because I already made my order. I'll just stick the Kevin Eastman one in for later on. Going into the big 2, DC Comics Red Hood and the Outlaws number 8. To sum it up all in one word, the cover says it all. Red Hood and his friends versus Susie Sue. In the end, wow, big spoiler here, he kills Susie Sue, and it all leads into the Night of Owls. Night of the Owls. And actually there was one point in this book that I actually enjoyed. Looking over all the stuff that happened in this book, because I really didn't enjoy this book this much, this issue, this month. Looking past all that, you have a 2-page spread here of Red Hood and Tim Drake meeting up and talking over breakfast, and they're talking about everything that's going on. And in the next issue, apparently Mr. Freeze is going to be making an appearance, and it does tie in somehow to the Night of the Owls. And then they also talk about the Batman Annual #1. The Batman, his Annual #1 is coming out soon. So that's basically Red Hood and the Outlaws. Pretty okay. It was alright. Not something that I would really boast about this week. Nightwing number 8. Okay, the message is out in Nightwing number 8 at the very beginning of the book. And Nightwing goes to protect the mayor of Gotham City. And it turns out that the Talon that goes after the mayor, Nightwing takes out. However, there's a Talon that was sent to take out Dick, and they know that Dick is Nightwing, and it actually is one of Dick's descendants. And throughout the whole book you get to see the history of how this person became a Talon, and Dick doesn't really do too well. By the end of this book he looks like he's in deep doo-doo. And here's one page to show you guys some artwork. Artwork is great. Nightwing's great. To be honest with you though, Night of the Owls crossing over into other books I don't see doing too well because a lot of these books had their own storylines going, so now it's like deviating from their stories just to promote the Night of the Owls. Really quick, books I won't be getting are Catwoman, Batwing. Detective Comics comes out in 2 weeks. I made my order already, and it was minus Detective Comics. I'm just not buying. I'm not paying $3.99 for a Batman book. I know Batman went up to $3.99, but that's where I draw the line. One book for $3.99, and that's Batman out of one series. Red Hood and the Outlaws #9 I will be getting. Batman and Robin #9 I will be getting. Birds of Prey I won't be getting. Batgirl and Nightwing, I have this Nightwing. Obviously I'm going to get the next one, but Batgirl I will not. And I guess as we move forward there'll be more mentioned, but yeah, I won't be getting anything that I'm not buying now. I won't buy, especially for Night of the Owls. Let's put it that way. This book was really pretty good, a lot better than Red Hood and the Outlaws. Moving off of Batman for a little bit, 2 books. Green Lantern Corps number 8. The Alpha Lanterns know what John Stewart has done, and in the beginning of this book they're debating how they're going to do it because they know this is going to cause trouble. While somewhere else, all the Green Lanterns are moving the Sinestro Corps lantern to Oa. And Guy Gardner does not think this is smart, and they shouldn't put it right side up. He thinks they should put it sideways, so this way it's not up. Because it's very easy for Sinestro to turn that battery back on, wake up all the Sinestro Corps, and they're all on Oa. So he's actually talking out a line. And the Guardians actually sent for him. He goes to the Guardians, and this is where I see the Guardians' plan kind of starting to work its way in by screwing around with the Green Lanterns, by telling Guy Gardner that he actually has been undercredited for all of his work, that they actually what's the word they use, underestimated him. He's been he's a lot more than what even the Guardians thought, and they're actually explaining. He thinks they're full of crap. He thinks they're lying, and the Guardians are actually like, no, we're serious. And they're like, are you interested? And he's like, of course I am. The rest is all about a drunken fight at a bar, so to speak. You can read the book to find out. And then the Alpha Lanterns show up and are there to arrest John Stewart, to be continued. So the Alpha War begins here. It's going to continue in the next issue. Things are going crazy in the Corps now, and Guy Gardner apparently is now he only answers to the Guardians, and even Salak has to answer to him before answering to the Guardians. So basically he's the highest ranking Green Lantern right now, and the only people he has to answer to are the Guardians. This is the beginning of the whole thing that's going to be going on with the Green Lanterns, I feel. I feel that we're going to see something with the Green Lanterns come September, October maybe. I don't know. I know in the summer there's nothing going on with the Guardians yet, so we'll see what happens as time goes on. pretty good. It brought itself back up again. Congrats to the Green Lantern Corps. I won't be dropping any Green Lantern book anytime soon. Batman Beyond Unlimited number 3 has 3 stories this issue, making it even more worth $3.99. First story is all about Superman Beyond, thus why the cover. It's Superman coming back into the world. You know, the world doesn't really need Superman anymore. It's years later. Everybody he knows is dead, so he's kind of trying to find a reason to be alive or to be on Earth. And somewhere else it turns out that there's Lex Luthor's daughter. You find out at the end that it's Lex Luthor's daughter, and Lex is like, I'm Lex Luthor, I'm your father, to be continued. Then we go back into the regular story where Terry's trying to stop, I believe his name is Stan. It turns out that the people he was fighting against, the Russians, they took his dog, Boom Boom, so to speak, and he'll do anything. He'll blow up the whole city to find them. And then we go into another side story where Terry finds out that Dana's brother actually worked for the Jokers at one time, and he's like, I'll figure out what I can do to help you. He goes to Bruce. So basically there's 2 problems now. There's Dana's brother and Boom Boom Stan's dog. So now it's up to Terry to solve and fix both problems at the same time. So it's called, basically Bruce says it best, it's calls like these that you have to make when you wear the mask. So make it quick. So he has 2 choices. Then we go into Justice League Beyond. And it's all about the Mother Box. And for those of you who don't know by now, spoiler here, it was Amanda Waller that was the prisoner to Cadmus. And they find out that the Atom was brainwashed. And there's some all-powerful thing that's going to come and erase, like it's, what is it? The ultimate doomsday weapon of death and rebirth they're going to use on the Earth. And it's up to the Justice League to find another Mother Box and stop it. To be continued. To be honest, the weakest of the 3, this issue was the last one, the Justice League. The middle story with the actual Batman was pretty good, and the Superman one, I'm sorry, call me what you want, favoritism. I love the Superman one the best. First of all, it's the Superman. First of all, artwork is different in all 3 stories. My favorite part was the Fortress of Solitude, where you see all the costumes from the past. So apparently Batman Beyond is going to be Unlimited, is still the future of the old DCU, not the new one, which is why I like Batman Beyond Unlimited a little bit better than most of the other books. So I have a little bit more of a liking to this book. Will I stick with it forever? Only time will tell. Loved it. The whole story was awesome. Good to see the old Superman costume back. I miss it so. I don't know why DC Comics is doing what they're doing, because they're still doing crap. But beside the point, really good. Finally this week, best book from DC Comics is Batman number 8, The Night of Owls begins here. Wayne Manor is under attack by a bunch of Talons, and the Talons actually find out that Bruce Wayne is Batman, and the whole book is about them chasing after Bruce all the way into the Batcave, where Bruce actually goes into a stronghold, or like a safe, where him and Alfred are safe, tells Alfred to let the word out that Talons are attacking Gotham and, you know, get the Bat family together. He goes into a robotic suit and goes after the Talons. And you know what made me laugh was, it says here, next War of Gotham begins. See, he breaks out of his, he comes out of the safe, and then it goes right back into the story, only with different artwork. And it's Alfred letting the word out that all these people, the Talon, are actually going after all the higher-ups. That's the list, and he's actually asking everybody to, anyone who's in Gotham, to help out and, you know, protect and save these people. And that's basically it. Bruce is only, like, minorly fighting the Talons, if at all. They're saving that for the next issue. So, looking forward to the next issue there. And basically the second part of this story, I guess that's why it's $3.99 now. 2 stories in one. It is thicker than most DC comic books, so they actually have like a dual story going on. Really good. Greg Capullo's artwork is awesome. I'm liking Night of the Owl, but at the same time I'm not going to go out of my way to get other issues that I've either dropped or that I'm not interested in just for Night of Owls. I'm just going to stick with what I got, enjoy with what I got, and that's it. And Night of Owls, I believe, is going to be over by the time June comes. It's only April and May. After May, I believe Night of Owls is done. Night of the Owls is done, and then there's going to be trouble for Bruce Wayne. Leaving DC Comics now, going into the big two. First, Incredible Hulk #7. Yes, big spoiler here. I'm going to wait because I know you guys like if I wait a couple of seconds so you can actually fast forward the video. So as long as you see this comic up, you know I'm talking about it. Okay, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Bruce Banner does die because of the atomic explosion. Hulk does not. I do not also like the artwork in this book. This does not look like the Hulk. This looks like bad artwork in my opinion. But then again, this has been the artwork in the book for a very long time. And no offense, but in a picture I'm going to find it. I know it's further along. The Hulk looks like a monkey. Where did he get this big head? Hulk confronts Dr. Doom, wondering if what did you do to Bruce Banner, and like, did you take him, or do you still have him somewhere? When you cut him out of my brain, you did something to him. And he basically, Dr. Doom said, I did exactly as we agreed. You asked me to split you apart from Banner. That I did, and nothing more. If Banner went mad, it was no fault of mine. And yeah. And he threatens Hulk if he ever comes back again, he'll take him out. There's a .1 coming out, I believe, next week for Hulk. Hulk says, even though Bruce Banner's gone, I still feel like he's inside my head and he's screaming, and there's nothing but screaming still. And you see in the puddle Bruce Banner. Next is the .1 with a beautiful cover, and then after that comes Stay Mad with the Punisher. So I know Mike's going to be dual reading the Incredible Hulk with me. The next story is going to make or break the Incredible Hulk for me, because this story was kind of weak. Seeing Bruce Banner die, yeah, we all know Bruce Banner's not dead. He's probably still trapped somewhere in the Hulk's subconscious, and if he gets calm enough, maybe he'll become Bruce Banner again. We don't know, but all I do know is that Bruce Banner is not going to be dead forever. Another book involving death, the Invincible Iron Man 515. In this book, everything's going wrong. Tony Stark can't become Iron Man. The government has him on like a leash or an inhibitor that inhibits him from becoming Iron Man. War Machine comes in and ends up fighting in Iron Man's place and gets the crap beaten out of him. Pepper tries to jump in to help. By the end of this book, this is what it looks like. Tony Stark, beaten, can't become Iron Man. Pepper, embarrassed because she couldn't save War Machine, and War Machine's presumed, remember these are spoilers here, dead. You think that War Machine dies towards the end of this book. Beautiful artwork, of course. And in the end, it turns out that Tony Stark's actually playing the Mandarin. He's like, yeah, I kind of saw this all coming. Okay, Mike. That means I have to wrap it up soon. Basically, it's a chess game to him. He's like, we don't. Checkmate means we lost. In other words, he wants them to think that they lost. They won that game. Now they're playing ours. So in other words, he let them win their game. That game's over now. Now it's time for them to play their game next. And then in the next issue, this. And that's in 2 weeks. 2 episodes. Can't wait for that. So, Tony Stark is let them win that round. Let's see how Stark plays round 2. I feel better now. I don't care about the inhibitor. I know at some point he's going to rip it off. Please, God, soon. Because I can't stand seeing that forever. And with that, I'm going to end this part. We'll see you guys back here for part 2. We'll conclude Marvel. We got a nice amount more. See you guys in part 2.